Hello and welcome to Got Clutter Get Organized. I am your host, Janet Taylor, and I am excited because we have Theresa Noye. She is the author of Hello Autism, How to Love, Like, and Learn from Your Special Needs Child, because April is Autism Awareness Month, but also as a mother, I wanted Theresa to kind of kick off May as we do Mother's Day celebrations as well. So Theresa, thank you so much for taking time to be with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, what made you decide to write this book? And was this book written after you became the coach, or was it before? Or how was that journey?
Yeah, it was actually launched both of them shortly after each other. Yeah. So, um, do our journey with our son. So, my son, he was diagnosed when he was 4 years old, and we ran a home program with him, 40 to 50 hours a week, every day. No breaks, right? We built a team and building a bridge from his world into our world. And we had so many amazing experiences, miraculous experiences in this program. And as we were on the journey, parents would come to me and want to ask what we were doing. And I was investing in them and mentoring a lot of special needs moms. And it got to the point, and people would refer their friends. And it got to the point where I just was like, I just need a book. I need a book that I could just give people because I couldn't respond to all of the requests. And so that's why I wrote the book. It was really just a labor of love, just a gift to the community. That's why I did it. And then when I started my coaching practice, it was shortly thereafter. So I launched a book, like I think in August, and I started my coaching probably like 2 months after that. Yeah.
Wow. So, my question is, how does this organization impact your child?
Well, it doesn't. Does it impact me?
How does it impact you? And that's
Listen,
actually
because
how.
you've been to
Well,
my house and you met
that's
my
true.
son. My
Yes.
son is very organized. His executive functioning skills are off the chart,
Yes, they are.
and he loves order,
Hmm.
and he's very meticulous, and he does not like things to be out of place. He is hyper vigilant, monomaniacal about keeping dates and keeping your word and putting things where supposed. So it doesn't impact him. It impacts me because he stays on me. Do something or said I was going to do something or something's out of order. It's like, when are you going to do that? When are you dropping those clothes off at Goodwill? You said you were going to do it. When are you going to do that? So he would be a great organizer and a great probably executive assistant, but so he does that. But I do have to say he has some areas where he's not, like his room is not like the neatest, but he has his own system. He has like baskets and buckets and he'll put everything in there. But when it comes to his work, because he's in college now, and keeping things organized for his assignments and everything, he's very meticulous about that. Yeah.
Now, one of the things I always remember about him is whenever I would work with you and your family, is you said he would always say, well, when is the lady coming? Didn't you say the lady was coming? What time is the lady coming?
Yes.
And I just felt so honored. It was like, wow, he's really keeping track of things. That is just wonderful.
Yeah. And
So,
he got upset. Listen, he got upset because remember I kept postponing. I mean, I have this, I have that. And
hmm.
he got upset. He was like, "Why do you keep postponing it?" And then when I said, "Listen, I just decided to cancel it altogether," and he was like, "Why would you do that?" Like, he was so upset. Yeah, that's Rico. He's awesome.
So, how does the organizational system not only help him, but also help all of you as a family? Because, I worked with all of you. I enjoyed working with your son, and I specifically enjoyed working with him when he was working side by side with me, and he was looking at different things and like, oh, that's got to go, that's got to go, and
Yeah,
he was really willing to let so much stuff go. But also, you were willing to like, you know what? If this is what he really wants for his space, but also our home, I'm going to be on board with it.
yeah. I listen. Whatever makes the home more peaceful and harmonious, I'm okay. I don't have to hold on to so many things. Yeah, and even you saw when you came, you were like, well, where's the clutter? Things go right. He is so helpful because he just keeps things moving in a very fluid, organized way. And so it helps me not having to think about so many things because he'll just take care of it. He was away for the summer. He did last summer. He had a job and he wasn't living with us. And my husband and I were like, oh no, who's going to load the dishwasher? Who's going to take the trash out? Who's going to keep track of the recyclables? What day do they come on the recyclables? Like, it was space that I didn't have to occupy. Didn't have to think about that because he would just keep things moving. And then he has suggestions like, when something is out of order, like I remember there was something with the dishwasher. I don't even know what it's called, but there was something that was wrong. It was the blue stuff that you have to put in the dishwasher.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's like a liquid or
Okay.
something. And he was like, all right, you need to make sure when you go to Costco that you get the whatever that is because we're running low on that. I was like, oh, really? Like he's keeping track of what we're running low on, what we need, different supplies. He keeps track of all the things. So he just helps to clear up. Like he really is like a personal assistant to me. He just helps clear up some of the space that you have to occupy when you're trying to keep track of so many different things. And I have so many buckets in my life. That's just one less that I have to worry about.
Well, that comes to my next question. How
Yeah.
do you stay organized, Theresa? Because you do have lots of buckets.
Hmm.
Are known as a professor, but a coach and an author and a mother and a wife. And I know you're probably involved in the community and probably something else. So, how do you manage all those buckets?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I prioritize myself. So, yeah, wife, mom, minister, coach, professor, all of that. But guess what? Teresa is at the top of the list, right? And I pay attention to how I run my energy. Am I doing something that depletes me or am I doing something that energizes me? So I'm living with that awareness all the time and making my decisions from, is this going to bring me joy and energize me, or is this going to deplete me and make me irritable? And if it's the latter, I'm going to let it go. Right. So that helps me. That helps me, first of all, in streamlining what things I say yes to. So now the things that I do say yes to, how do I stay organized? We were talking about this a little bit before we came on. My filing system is I just keep it. If it's digital, it's just there. I do put things in folders that I need to get access right away. But the other stuff, I just use the search bar. The search bar works really good. And if I need something, I just type it in and it'll pop up and I have it. As far as my home is concerned, I don't bring a lot of junk in. I don't let things pile up. So if it's not being worn, if it's not being used, we're gonna get rid of it, right? I'm a minimalist, right? So I have a certain amount of outfits that I could rotate, classic pieces that I could just wear over and over again. That's good. I don't like to think. I don't like to have to make because I have to make so many decisions. I don't want
Hmm.
to make too many decisions to tax myself. So I keep it simple. Thankfully, my husband, he only likes like probably 2 or 3 different meals. So that's easy. I just
Yeah.
rinse and repeat in cooking. It makes the shopping easier. The list stays the same. The food stays the same. If I get bored, let's go out and eat and get something different. Yeah, so I think it's just keeping things small and
Hmm.
minimal and not bringing a lot of stuff in that I don't need.
Hmm.
So it just lets things go smoothly. And as far as paperwork is concerned, like I have a book. It's over here. I have this big book and it has tabs
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I just put it in the tabs for
Hmm.
whatever it is. So I don't have to be organized per se. I just have to know where the thing is.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then I could just pick it out if I need that. Yeah, that's how I do it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because I think a lot of people think neatness means organization, but it's really about being able to find something.
Right.
So you have your system and it's working for you. And I've been in your home, and I'll never forget the first time I stepped in your home. I was like, okay, why am I here? Why am I? Because I mean, I was like, okay, I'm looking to the left, to the right. I didn't see anything. I'm like, okay, why am I here?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it was a wonderful pleasure. Teresa, how can people connect with you, but also share with them, you are a coach. So not
Hmm.
only about your coaching, but also how they can get your book as well.
Yeah, I'm a radical self love coach, and I work with high achieving women to activate more joy and more freedom and more peace in their life in a way that is authentic. Oftentimes, we're doing over accommodating everyone else's needs and under accommodating our needs, right? So, how do we do that in a way that fills you up where you don't need outside things to give you that? You can go inward and capture that. And that's just such a liberating way to live. I am on social media on LinkedIn, Theresa Noye, N as in Nancy, Oye. And I have a YouTube channel, which is so delightful, where I tell sleep stories. Have you ever heard any of the sleep
Yep, I
stories,
saw all
Janet?
your sleep stories. I saw all your sleep stories. I started going one by one. So yes.
They put you right to sleep. Don't listen to it during the day because you will
Yeah.
be knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I love those bedtime stories. And the stories are really unique because they're about high achieving women. So, you can find me on YouTube. And the book Hello Autism has been called a blueprint for hope and encouragement. So if you have a special needs child or if you know someone with a special needs child, it's a great gift for them because especially when you first find out that your child has special needs, that diagnosis, it can be very disheartening and not know exactly how do I navigate this, right? So it's important to have a vision for yourself and for your child and be able to approach it from a place of love and not fear. And that's what the book does. So that's available everywhere where you get books, but you can also get it on my website, which will be linked in the show notes.
Yes, and all of her social media as well as her website on how you can connect with Teresa will be on the show page. Teresa, thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
truly
you.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Thank you for having me, Janet.